What are you feeling today, brother?
Mid-drop fade, same thing as last time.
The beard, are we gonna chop down the beard at all?
Let's keep it.
You're gonna keep it?
Yeah. But I mean, like the fade you did into it was good last time.
With fire?
Yeah.
I got you. For the top, what are we gonna do with the top?
Last time I think we trimmed a little bit.
We trimmed a little bit.
Yeah.
Did we go with the grain with anything, or did we do a trim?
First time you did scissors, I think, like just, you know, but
Yeah.
the last time was just with the grain.
All right, for sure. All right, let's get it, bro. We're gonna be giving our client a drop fade. We're gonna start the first guideline. So you wanna take a look at the C-cup area right here, and we're gonna take it about a quarter in right here. Highest point is gonna be at the top of the ear right here, and then we're gonna dip it back over here. His occipital bone probably lands like around right here. We're gonna go about a finger below that. So once you set the guideline on one side, take a look at your client from the front. We know the guideline's right there, and we wanna make sure that the fade is gonna be even on both sides. Right here, both sides are even. Just connect that guideline. Next thing, I'm gonna use my Gamma skin to get rid of all the bulk that's underneath. Now you guys see we have completed the first guideline with our soft trimmer, and we remove the bulk. We're gonna grab our Stylecraft Saber clipper. We're gonna open up the lever, and we're gonna set a 1-finger guideline. That's the same shape as this guideline that we just formed. All right guys, so now that we have that guideline set, I'm gonna go ahead and attach my 1 guard and open up the lever. This is the 1. When we open it, it creates the half. So now we have the 1.5. If we were to close it, this would just be the 1. So this is the 1.5. We're gonna go 1 finger above now and do the same thing. The next step is gonna be the same thing. Basically, we're gonna attach the 2 guard, keep the lever open, but now we're just going a finger above the 1.5. So tread like that. So you guys see this little bulk area right here. Just gonna comb this down. I'm gonna still use my 2 guard. What you guys can do as beginners is use guard so you guys can just have a safety guide instead of going straight in with the lever open. You guys can see it does the job. I can still keep some of that bulk on top. All right guys, so a quick rundown. This is the trimmer line, the half, the 1.5, the 2.5, and now we're gonna go up with the 3.5. And this is gonna be the last guard we use. You guys just wanna flick out as much as possible to blend that 3.5 into what we just clipper over combed. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line up the C-cup area, which is right here. I just like having everything clean as far as shaved and then lined up here, just so I can go and blend line by line. Just gonna start right here at the top. Go from the bottom and then connect it towards the top. All right guys, so the great thing is now we have our foundation set for our haircut so we can start blending. You guys want to get to this part because you guys can decide where to blend the haircut. So we can either start blending from bottom up, we can start blending this line and go down, we can start in the middle, we can start wherever. So just so I don't confuse you guys, I'm gonna just go from the bottom line to the top. So we have a finger's length of room right here. I'm gonna shave about half, almost 3/4 of that area and flick out towards the top so I can leave a little bit of stubble to blend the stubble into the clipper. Let's use this, and I'm only gonna use one side of the shaver. So just very gently. So once you guys are done shaving, the reason why I like leaving a little bit of room is I like going in with my soft trimmer, and I'm just gonna barely baby tap the line right here and move it a tiny bit. So be very careful in the step because you guys can easily really push that line up if you guys aren't careful. So I'm just like slowly like kind of just like flicking out that line. You guys can see now how this is already very lightly blended without me even going in with the clipper. Over here, it's a little bit more denser because there's more hair towards the back. So what we're gonna do for the whole cut, we're gonna do the open to close method. So first we're gonna start with it almost partially open and hit almost the full thing going up towards the top. Then we're gonna go midway, the guideline midway. Then we close it and then we're gonna hit the beginning of the line. And if you guys still see a little bit of line and it needs to be blended more, just work your way all the way up again. So we're gonna go from here to here and make sure this is blended, then go from here back over here and make sure this is blended. So we're just going in zones of the head. So starting with our lever 3/4 open, from the ear to the temple, just very gently. Letting the machine do all the work, then working over here. So that's 3/4. We only wanna hit the midway point of the guideline and we don't wanna go any higher than that. Now we want to close it and hit the beginning of the line very gently, just barely baby tapping it. You guys don't want to go any higher because you guys are gonna push the fade. Now I'm just working my way all the way to the top again, like I told you guys. If you guys still have, just keep opening the lever and work your way all the way till it's open. And then if you guys have to work your way down, just work your way back down. I like keeping my thumb in position there for speed, so I can just keep constantly either opening or closing the lever as I work on blending the line. So you guys can see it's already almost blended. We go from here to here, 3/4 open. Midway through. And we're gonna close it and hit the beginning of the line. Once it's closed, now I'm gonna start working my way all the way to the top. One more time. So you guys can see how we're going from bottom. The first trimmer line, we blended that into the half. Now we have the 1 guard lever open. So you guys have to pay close attention in this step because it's not gonna be blended fully by doing the open to close with the 1. So in this step, we're just gonna soften this and you guys are still gonna see this little hard line right here. The next step, I'll teach you guys how to blend that out. 3/4 open. Let's go midway. I'm gonna close it all the way and hit the beginning of this line right here. So we're gonna rinse and repeat in the back side. So we finished doing that side. Now we're gonna do this side. 3/4 open. Midway. Gonna close it all the way and hit the beginning of the line. So we're done with that softening phase. Now, this is probably the most important part of the fade. It's the trickiest step, and a lot of people ask me for advice in terms of how to really use the 0.5 guard. And the way that I like kind of visualizing it, first, I already know where I set my guideline. So it's a finger's length right here. The next guideline is with the lever open. The next guideline is a 1 guard lever open. And at the start of this finger, that's where we want to go open to close. Even then, if you guys didn't do that great of a job, you guys will be able to see that hard line. Wherever that hard line is at, you guys want to start with it closed. If you guys start with it open, go a finger's length above that. So we're gonna go open to close because we've been doing that whole method for the whole video. Let's start first. The line is right there. So I'm gonna go about almost a finger's length, like to say maybe like 70%. So I'm gonna go above right here and I'm gonna be working from here to here only. So our line is right there, a finger's length above right there. Open. Then I'm gonna travel all the way to the right side. Close it a little bit and go lower. You guys are just using your eyes to really see the fade come to life when you guys are ready to move on to the next side of the head. Do it, just don't spend so much time blending this line or blending in this step. You know, my lever's almost all the way closed. Then I'm gonna start working my way up again. Every time you see me kind of move my thumb, it just means I'm moving the lever. So you guys can see the difference between this and this over here. Just repeat the process, guys. You guys can see the line right there. Go about almost 70% of this finger, guys. You guys don't want to go up all the way to the top. We're gonna start with the lever open to close right here. I'm gonna close it a little bit. Make my way to this side. Just close it a little bit. Close it a little bit.